Hey there. It's time for our daily lectionary reading for Thursday, March 17th. Um, First day back in the office after my surgery. So we'll see how it goes, right? And out of the swing of things a little bit. Still a little, little froggy in the throat. So let's see what we've got for today. We have, I need my reading glasses. Psalm 63, 1-8. Daniel 3, 19-30. And Revelation 2, 8-11. I know I mentioned this before. I'm going to mention it again here in the next few days because I really would like your feedback on whether you like the old way of doing the daily lectionary readings, which was basically just me reading to the camera and not having the text online like we in view like we have here. Or do you like this new way where maybe this part of the screen with my image is smaller and not quite the quality that we had before? I don't know, which do you prefer? Do you like seeing it, or you just want to see me for whatever reason and not see the words? I don't know. Maybe we'll see if I can figure out how to do a Facebook poll or something. But I really would like your feedback. So take a minute, drop a comment in and say, hey, I kind of like the new way. I can see the screen, see the words without switching to a different screen or whatever. Or if you want to go back to the old way, just let me know. All right, because if you're not going to engage, why do it this way, right? All right, Psalm 63, comfort and assurance in God's presence. This is a psalm that is attributed to David when he was in the wilderness of Judah. Oh God, you are my God. I seek you. My soul thirsts for you. My flesh faints for you, as in a dry and weary land where there is no water. So I've looked upon you in the sanctuary, beholding your power and glory, because your steadfast love is better than life. My lips will praise you, so I will bless you as long as I live. I will lift up my hands and call on your name. My soul is satisfied as with a rich feast, or the Hebrew with fat and fatness. That is a sign of richness, right? And my mouth praises you with joyful lips when I think of you on my bed and meditate on you in the watches of the night. For you have been my help, and in the shadow of your wings I sing for joy. My soul clings to you, your right hand upholds me. All right, Daniel 3, 19-30, one of the famous stories in the Bible. The fiery furnace. Then Nebuchadnezzar was so filled with rage against Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. It's one of the things I've talked about before. Their Hebrew names were not Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They were Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. But for some reason, we don't like using their Hebrew names. And I can never remember their Hebrew names. Whereas Daniel, we know by his Hebrew name, Daniel, as opposed to Belteshazzar, which was his Babylonian name. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, Hananiah, Azariah, and I forgot the other one already. And then that Nebuchadnezzar was so filled with rage against Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego that his face was distorted. And he ordered up the furnace heated up 7 times more than was customary, and ordered some of the strongest guards in his army to bind Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and to throw them into the furnace of blazing fire. So the men were bound, still wearing their tunics, their trousers, their hats, and their other garments, and they were thrown into the furnace of blazing fire. Now, tunics and trousers has footnotes. Oh, we're not quite certain what exactly they're referring to with those Aramaic words. So that's an educated guess that there were tunics and trousers. Because the king's command was urgent and the furnace was so overheated, the raging flames killed the men who lifted Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. But the three men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, fell down, bound into the furnace of blazing fire. And then King Nebuchadnezzar, sometimes you get too overconfident and you just stumble on it. And you get your tongue wrapped around your eye teeth and you can't see what you're saying. Then King Nebuchadnezzar was astonished and rose up quickly. He said to his counselors, "Was it not three men that we threw into the fire, threw bound into the fire?" And they answered the king, "Oh, true, O king." He replied, "But I see four men unbound walking in the midst of the fire, and they're not hurt. And the fourth has an appearance of a god," or in Aramaic, a son of the gods. Now Nebuchadnezzar then approached the door of the furnace of blazing fire and said, "Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, servants of the Most High God, come out, come here." So Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, servants of the Most High God, came out from the fire. And the satraps, the prefects, and the governors, and the king's counselors gathered together and saw that the fire had not had any power over the bodies of those men. The hair of their heads was not singed. Their tunic, or what we're assuming is tunic in Aramaic, was not harmed, and not even the smell of fire came from them. And that may be the most amazing thing of all, because that smoke, that smell of smoke and fire lingers and clings to everything. Nebuchadnezzar said, "Blessed be the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who has sent his angel and delivered his servants who trusted in him. They disobeyed the king's command and yielded up their bodies rather than serve and worship any god except their own God. Therefore, I make a decree: any people, nation, or language that utters blasphemy against the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego shall be torn limb from limb, and their houses laid in ruins, for there is no other God who is able to deliver in this way." And then the king promoted Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the province of Babylon. All right, Revelations 2:8-11, a message to Smyrna. Remember, a big chunk of the book of Revelation is to the 7 churches in Asia Minor. And then to the angel of the church in Smyrna write, "These are the words of the first and the last, who is dead and come to life. I know your affliction and your poverty, even though you are rich. I know the slander on the part of those who say they are Jews and are not, but are a synagogue of Satan. Do not fear what you're about to suffer. Beware, the devil is about to throw some of you into prison so that you may be tested. For 10 days you will have affliction. Be faithful unto death, and I will give you the crown of life. Let anyone who has an ear listen to what the Spirit is saying to the churches. Whoever conquers will not be harmed by the second death." That's the eternal life, that we don't have the second death. All right, and that's our daily lectionary reading for Thursday, March 17th. See you guys later.